morning, dear students. Today I'm going to discuss about the Saluva dynasty. Already we known about the foundation of the Vijayanagara kingdom. The Vijayanagara kingdom was founded in the year 1336 AD by Arihara I, Bukkaraya I, by the advice of the Vidyaranya Maharshi. By the time during the before in the year 1336, after founding the Vijayanagara dynasty by Arihara I and Bukkaraya I, the Arihara I and Bukkaraya I, they were the ex-officials of the Kakatiya king lost to ruler Prataparudra Deva II, and they were the sons of Bhavana Sangama of Kuruba caste. Kuruba caste means comes under the basis Kuruba caste. The Arihara I and Bukkaraya I, they were the disciples of Vidyaranya Maharshi. Before 1336 AD, the Hindu religion was faced many setbacks or facing the difficulties by the Muslim invasions. The Hinduism was decreased step by step. That to save the Hinduism, to save the Hinduism and took to bring the glory of Hinduism, the Vidyaranya Maharshi was directed to the Sangama brothers, so that they founded the Vijayanagara dynasty. After founding the Vijayanagara dynasty by Arihara I and Bukkaraya I, by the Bukkaraya I, from 1336 AD to 1640, the Vijayanagara kingdom was ruled by the four dynasties. The first dynasty was Sangama dynasty. The Sangama dynasty starts the rule from 1336 to 1485 AD. Later on, Saluva dynasty started from 1485 to 1505 AD, and third one, Tuluva dynasty, from 1505 to 1570 AD, and last one, that is Aravidu dynasty. The Aravidu dynasty started from 1570 to 1640. These are the dynasties ruled Vijayanagara kingdom, and among the Sangama rulers, the prominent and important rulers was Arihara I. Arihara I ruled from 1336 to 1357, and later on Bukkaraya I from 1357 to 1377 AD, and later Arihara II from 1377 to 1404, and later on Devaraya I from 1406 to 1422. After Devaraya I, Devaraya II, 1422 to 1446 AD, and last one Mallikarjuna from 1446 to 1465. See, after the Sangama dynasty, the Saluva rulers came to power, and the Saluva rulers were ruled the Vijayanagara dynasty from 1485 to 1505. Among the Saluva rulers, the important ruler was Saluva Narasimha, ruled from 1485 to 91. The Saluva, the name, the Saluva rulers, the name, the the Saluva rulers, the Saluva Narasimha, he was a important ruler, and Saluva Narasimha, he was a great patriotic and patriotic. Saluva Narasimha he was a protect the sovereign power and his people. Saluva Narasimha, he was a important ruler among the Saluva dynasty. He was a great patriotic general and governor of Chandragiri. Previously, Saluva Narasimha was a great general and governor of Chandragiri, and he usurped the Vijayanagara throne in the year 1505, and his act was supported by public. After coming to the power, Saluva Narasimha, he was supported by public of the kingdom and his officials. Saluva Narasimha, from 1485 to during the rule, Saluva Narasimha Raya 14, his rule starts from 1485 to 1491. During this period, Saluva Narasimha Raya achieved glorious victories over his contemporary rulers and he during that time he has maintained very good cordial relations with the neighbors, and the army was during the period of Saluva Narasimha Raya. He organized army, total army was reorganized, is not followed his previous rulers, Sangama rulers army. He was took place number of reforms in the army, and he was reorganized, and cavalry and infantry wings were strengthened during the rule of Sangama rulers. The infantry, cavalry were not strengthened like Saluva Narasimha. You strengthened the army, and during the Saluva Narasimha, the Udaygiri, Tirumala, Penugonda became famous centers. Those places, the Udaygiri, Tirumala, Penugonda became famous centers, and Saluva Narasimha was ably supported by his generals named Ishwaranayaka and Narasanayaka of Tuluva dynasty. Tuluva Narasanayaka served Saluva Narasimha's sons as minister and general till his death in the year 1503 AD. Saluva Narasimha's son was murdered at Penugonda in 1505 AD by Tuluva Narasanayaka's son, that is Tuluva Veera Narasimha in the year 1505 AD. He was the second usurper as Sarpar. His rule led to a series by revolts in all parts of the kingdom. His 5 years rule was a period of political turmoil in the Vijayanagara Empire. Later on, after Thulwa dynasty, actually Tuluva Narasanayaka, Saluva Narasanayaka, he reconquered some of the places were reoccupied from his contemporaries. Those places were occupied by the neighbor countries during the Sangama dynasty, Sangama rulers. Those places were reconquered by the Saluva Narasimha Naika. And after Saluvas, the Tuluvas came to power in the Tuluva dynasty. The important ruler was Sri Krishna Devaraya. Sri Krishna Devaraya was not only great ruler in the Vijayanagara dynasty, he was the greatest during the Vijayanagara rulers. During that time, he was the greatest in South India. Sri Krishna Devaraya ascended the throne of Vijayanagara after the end of his elder brother named Veera Narasimha Raya's rule in the year 1509 AD. The Sri Krishna Devaraya was ruled from 1509 to 1529 AD. He was the son of Tuluva Narasimha Nayaka by Nagamamba. See, Sri Krishna Devaraya's father named Tuluva Narasimha and mother named Nagamamba. These information gleaned from contemporary literary works and epigraphs. Those were clearly gives trusted information about the grand achievements of the greatest king of medieval South India. See, Sri Krishna Devaraya already we discussed about the we as a we already come to the point was the greatest ruler in South India, not only in Vijayanagaras. He was the greatest ruler among the among the South Indian rulers during the medieval period, medieval South India. According to the Hampi Pillar Edict, 8th August 1509, he ascended the Zeval throne of Vijayanagara on Sri Jayanti Day, and his reign of 20 years has produced many glorious achievements in the fields of political, military and cultural fronts. He came to the throne in the year 1509 to 1529. During the 20 years rule, Sri Krishna Devaraya achieved many remarkable, glorious achievements in the fields of administrative, political, military and cultural fields or cultural fields, friends. And Sri Krishna Devaraya, he patronized many authors and he was encouraged during his reign in 3 languages were achieved golden age in Sanskrit, Kannada and Telugu. A large number of we have to trace out the Sri Krishna Devaraya. A large number of written sources like Rayavachakam, Krishna Raya Vijayam, foreign travel accounts of Domingo Paez, and Fernand Nunes, and Portuguese horse traders, and some of the contemporary works of Muslim historians and epigraphs. Kafiyats were the village records. The Kafiyats are providing valuable sources material to study the glorious military achievements of the achievements of this king named Sri Krishnadevaraya. These are all the sources. We have number of written sources and foreign travelers, foreign writers, and horse traders. These all were very useful to trace out the history of Sri Krishnadevaraya. The Sri Krishnadevaraya his reign started in the year 1509 to 1529. During the period, he was achieved many political achievements on contemporary rulers. Those achievements, those military achievements, were started in the year 1510 to 1526. Sri Krishnadevaraya was a great conqueror and vast empire builder. His reign begins with a determined efforts to crush successfully the internal. He faced many internal revolts and he suppressed those internal revolts which were started against Sri Krishnadevaraya rule. His internal revolts, like of the chiefs of Ummattur and Sambeta, Ummattur and Sambeta rulers, they were subordinates of Sri Krishnadevaraya and they revolted against the supremacy of the Sri Krishnadevaraya. And they started the revolts against the unjust act of his elder brother Tuluva Veera Narasimha. And he created trust and confidence among his subjects by assuring them a security and peaceful life under his rule. His work on polity, Amuktamalyada reveals his parential approach towards his people and his concern for the development of all the sections living in his empire. Sri Krishnadevaraya's military victories are historic and memorable. What victories were achieved by the Sri Krishnadevaraya? Those victories are historic and memorable events. Those because all the defeated rulers were treated in a sober way. Their subordinate position was also repeated by the king. And Gajapati kings was his father-in-law and a subordinate. Gajapati kings were ruled the Varisa. They were very efficient. They were very powerful rulers. Sri Krishnadevaraya was defeated Prataparudra Gajapati and Sri Krishnadevaraya got married Prataparudra's daughter and he had a relations with Prataparudra. Sri Krishnadevaraya treated him as a father-in-law and Sri Krishnadevaraya got relationship with Prataparudra Gajapati. And he installed the weak and incompetent Baghmani Sultan Muhammad Shah Taj from the prey of his selfish nobles and earned the name Yavana Rajya Sthapanacharya. See, it was the title of Sri Krishnadevaraya, Yavana Rajya Sthapanacharya. He He solved the problem of Bahmani Sultans, Muhammad Shah III, and he achieved first major victory against Bahmani Sadars in the Battle of Divani. In the Battle of Divani, Sri Krishna Deva Raya defeated the Bahmani Sultans, and according to historian P. Sri Rama Sharma, he was a famous historian. He was a comparable historian. According to the Sri Rama Sharma, this Divani battle, this battle was fought in between 26 July 1509 and 29th January 1509. The success and the king title, Sri Krishna Deva Raya got the title Yavana Rajya Pratisthapanacharya. In order to face the mighty Bahmani cavalry forces, and he made a historic agreement with the Portuguese horse traders and acquired traders and acquired the best breed horses. And later on, he reorganized his army with new reforms. His efforts produced grand results. This cavalry had played a crucial role in the success of Vijayanagara armies against in the battles of Deccan Sultans and Gajapatis. Sri Krishna Deva Raya granted permission to Portuguese to establish their trading centers in his empire. See, Sri Krishna Deva Raya had good relationship with Portuguese traders and the Portuguese engineers also assisted Raya's masons in the construction of the famous dam. Portuguese engineers were helped to Raya to construct many dams in his kingdom, and so important tanks those were constructed with the help of Portuguese engineers. That was Nagalapuram tank, which the king built near the capital city in memory of his mother Nagamamba. It was the biggest tank. This tank was helped the people for agricultural purpose. The water was used for the agricultural purpose and domestic purpose also. And the reign of Sri Krishna Deva Raya witnessed a series of wars, battles with the contemporary Deccan Sultans, and Sri Krishna Deva Raya defeated the forces of Yusuf Adil Shah and Ismail Adil Shah, the Sultans of Bijapur. And later on, the Vijayanagara army recorded victories in the battles of Gobur. The Battle of Gobur took place in the year 1519, May 19, and Kovilakonda. In the Battle of Raichur fought in the year 1520, the battle was combined armies of Deccan Sultans suffered a defeat in the hands of Raya. In the Battle of Raichur, the Deccan Sultans were defeated by Raya. In the year 1523 CE, the Vijayanagara army attacked Gulbarga. Vijayanagara army attacked Gulbarga and scored another victory. After securing all the above victories on each occasion, he paid visit to the important temples located at Tirumala, Srisailam, Dakshinapatham, and liberally donated gold, jewelry, gold and land to those temples. The present idols of Sri Krishna Deva Raya and his two queens Chinnamadevi and Tirumala Devi at Lord Sri Venkateshwara temple. Later on, Venkateshwara temple, Tirumala, are the evidence of Krishnadevaraya regular visits to Tirupati. Sri Krishnadevaraya during his reign also made serious efforts to reorganize his army. He maintained standing army. In his book Amuktamalyada, standing army, and he maintained Amaranayankara units were reorganized. See, it was an important feature of army during the Vijayanagara rulers. Sri Krishna Devaraya maintained systematic Nayankara system. That Nayankara system was called Amaranayankara system. The military officers were given extra incentives to do well during the Sri Krishnadevaraya ruler. The cavalry force was sound due to Raya's good relations with Portuguese and entry to Portuguese best breed horses into Raya's army. This wing has this wing has scored historic victories over Deccan Sultans and Gajapatis. See, the Sri Krishnadevaraya has maintained internal and external trade was in a flourishing state under him. The traders during the Sri Krishnadevaraya rule, the traders, craftsmen were provided complete security and he maintained very good law and order, and he permitted weekly fairs, stood as the chief attraction in the empire. The sudden death of Sri Krishnadevaraya due to sickness after his son's death was an unfortunate incident in the history of Vijayanagara Empire. The Sri Krishnadevaraya was succeeded by his cousin Achyutaraya and Sadasivaraya, and Achyutaraya, they ruled between 1530 to 1542 AD and 1542 to 1570. There were no match to great Krishnadevaraya in any field. He was a champion, and the internal struggle between the group led by Salakam Chinna Tirumala and Peda Tirumala, brother-in-laws of Achyuta Devarayas, versus the group led by Ali Ramaraya, the son-in-law of deceased King Sri Krishnadevarayas, chanced to rival rulers to attack the Vijayanagara territories, and the defeat of Raya's forces. Achyuta Devaraya, Raya's weak character and personality led to his end in the year 1542. Okay, student, this is the history of Sri Krishnadevaraya, Salva and Salva dynasty. Among the Salva dynasty, Salva Narsanayaka was the famous ruler, and in the Tuluva dynasty, Sri Krishnadevaraya was a great ruler. He was not only a great ruler in the Vijayanagara Empire, he was a greatest ruler in the South India during the medieval history. Okay, thank you, students.